What's up, guys? Tommy here from Green Rhino Project. Cleanup. Green Rhino Academy. All right, so this one's going to be a little different, guys. And I think it's very important because being somebody who really prides itself on, his main goal on helping people change their life, financially, guys. When you're financially good, it helps mentally, especially nowadays. Okay, so knowing who I am as a person, I think it's important because you have to trust me. Okay, you have to trust what I'm telling you. It's just not some sales gimmick, right? Some fakery. I came a long way, guys, and where I came from was literally hopelessness. Hopelessness. This isn't a pity potty thing, guys. Again, I want you to know who I am as a person. All right. What I came from was hopelessness. As a kid, right? Real pops wasn't in my life from day one. Okay. My mother was young, 16 years old, raising a kid, right? Ended up meeting somebody, ended up being my father, stepfather. Well, guys, kids, sometimes they go in other directions, right? So basically, I was brought up by drugs, because those things overtook my parents. So I was brought up by methamphetamine, in that life. So if you know anything about that drug, you know that life, right? So I don't like to talk too much about what I went through in detail, but all I can say is, as a kid, all the way till I was able to defend myself, I was like this. So this is a challenge in life for me. It was hell on earth. I lived hell on earth. That's how I felt. Okay. Nobody was the same as me. Everybody was different. When I looked out at everybody else and having fun and, kids playing carefree, it was like another world. So when I got to a point to where I could defend myself, what I did is go on my own way. As soon as I could, I was out. But guys, just because you leave a certain situation right up here, it's trapped. So I learned that this protected me. So any argument, I didn't argue. I wasn't about arguing. I still, not to this day, it's very uncomfortable for me to go back and forth with somebody on social media, because that's not how my mind's always worked. I don't argue. I always figured, if you're gonna disrespect me verbally, that means you can whoop my ass. So let's just skip the talk and get to business. That's how I was, guys, for many, 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 many years. Why? Because of something I had to get over, right? I had to think differently. And after a lot of years, guys, literally, a lot of things I went through in life that, because of the way I thought, put me in a lot of situations. I've almost lost my life plenty of times. I got scars all over me. I was living that lifestyle. And it was a lifestyle of hopelessness because I didn't think, like I said, when I was a little kid, I'd see these other kids running, carefree. It was a whole different world. So I kind of had the mindset to where my world was meant for me. These people were born to live another life. I was born to live this life of poverty, hopelessness, and just to be poor all my life, And poverty, it's tough, and it just creates this mindset that, it just makes you angrier. So basically, I've always been a late bloomer, guys. In my 40s, I think I was 40 or my 30s. My 30s, when I turned 30, I finally got my GED because I dropped out of school. Told my mom I was going to go get my GED. I'm dropping out. Never did. So 30, got my GED. I just went in there and took it. Didn't even study. Failed it the first time. Just one particular part of it. Went back, did that part, and got my GED at 30. I got my driver's license at 30. Again, I was living that lifestyle and I was poor. So I got my driver's license back when I was 30. I lost it when I was 18. 19. Okay? So that's just how life kind of monopolizes, man. Just keep going. But when I was 30, a lot of time, by myself in between relationships, and I think I was single at that time, and I just, I wanted better for myself. I even applied for PG&E because my background, it wasn't happening. I couldn't get a state job. I couldn't get any kind of job with any benefits, and that was going to change my life. So I was pretty much stuck in this 9-to-5 that I've been working at, for a while. One thing I did do is I've always kept a job. I always had a good work ethic. But, the pay wasn't going to get me no more. Where? One-room apartment. That's all I had. And then what happened was, I think about 10 years later, 40, I decided to do trade school because the recession happened and everybody was getting laid off. I got laid off. The boss actually kept me on part-time, just, under the table kind of part-time, to get through the hard time for him. But so I took the opportunity and went to a trade school, 3D animation. 3D animation. I don't even like video games. Okay, I don't care about video games. But I thought about, it'd be cool to make those cartoon stuff or in Hollywood. Maybe I'll get a job, move over there, just... Anyway, man, got in there and I was serious about it. By the time I was 30, I was saying, man, I'm tired of this life. And so I was a nerd. I went in there and I got straight A's through the whole deal. Okay? And I'm looking around and seeing these young kids straight out of high school doing this, and they're just like not showing up, not taking it seriously. And I was like, like I said, straight A's all the way through. Something happened when I went to school. It clicked in something to me. When I looked around at other people out and seeing how well I was doing, I thought, if I just put my mind to something, I can actually probably do something. So I ended up not doing 3D animation because, it just moving, the pay wasn't what I thought it was going to be. I didn't want to move to the city, and it just didn't work out. But like I said, it clicked, light bulbs. Or I learned some fundamentals in there that I transitioned and started my own little t-shirt deal out of my garage. Okay, I did that for a little bit of while, tried to grow that, but realized it just wasn't for me. I didn't have that creative eye, and actually just didn't like the process of silk screening. So, I had to sell, I sold all my stuff, and, the business wasn't coming in. Then I said, I was into motorcycles. My motorcycles fairings were messed up. I ordered some, got it from China. And I thought, well, why don't I just middleman this? And I connected some guy over there in China that manufactures them, and we had a relationship going, and I would order a container. I ordered half a container the first time, and brought them over here and started marketing them to the United States through eBay and stuff, and it went all right at the beginning, but then it didn't. People would receive them, said there was problems with the fairings, wanted to send them back. My account got pretty much compromised. I started getting all kinds of chargebacks. And I thought, man, this sucks. I don't want to be in this business of selling actual products. So I quit that, and I didn't do that anymore. But what I did start doing is, while I was working, see, I was doing all this on the side, guys. While I was working for another company as a machinist, I was, going through my YouTube, and I used to be a carpet cleaner when I lived in Anaheim when I was a kid. Because when I moved away. Then I came back. And stuff was crazy as here as it was over there. And then my first jobs out of high school was carpet cleaning. So I knew a little bit about it, right? So I started watching some YouTube stuff. I ran into Truman Steamers. Everybody knows Courtney. And started binge watching his videos and trying to get as much information as I can. And said, he really makes carpet cleaning look like it's really, a good business, like something to be proud of. And so I decided, I'm gonna start doing that on the side. I had this old portable that I've had forever. Horrible. Used it on one job that I got by somebody I know, and it was horrible. So I ended up buying another portable, a little bit better, still sitting in my garage, Rotovac Enduro. And, it did fine. It works a lot better than the other one. But I started realizing, as I started learning how to get that phone to ring, bringing that thing into the house, I just felt uncomfortable with it. And it to me, didn't look professional. I wanted that truck mount, So, man, what did I do? I started hunting down a truck mount, got on eBay, got this truck mount that was used, bought it on credit through PayPal credit, and got that. Man, I had to do a bunch of work on it, Yeah, right away I had to replace the engine. But you know what? Luckily, I was still having my full-time job, so it's not like I was totally dependent on it. So finally got that. Well, actually, skip. I kind of went ahead. I needed a van to put it in. So I found a van in LA, about 3.5 hours from here. It was a salvage, had a salvage title, so they were selling it only for $5,000. It had like 150,000 miles on it, but I'm all, man, it looks cool. And these things are supposed to go, 250, 300, So I got that. So for $10,000, I had a van and a truck mount. Got that thing in there, had problems, had to fix it, right? But pretty soon, kept pushing, and I had a truck mount and a van, and still working at the other place. But then I learned how to get the phone to ring. Now I'm actually getting jobs. Now I'm making really good money because I'm working full-time here. But I'm also working part-time with my side hustle, carpet cleaning. And both of those incomes were great, but I was working myself too. But I had that 9-to-5 mentality, man, and I was scared. just like a lot of you guys are scared to go ahead and take that first step. But it was made for me, because one day, boss tapped me on my shoulder, and it wasn't, because I was the last person standing in that shop. The company was struggling. He said, I can't afford to pay you no more, man. I'm sorry. But yeah, got about a week. Actually, it was less than a week. It was about 4 days. This Friday is the last day. So as you can imagine, I was stressed. All that stuff going through my mind, So I started putting in applications. Nobody was hiring in my trade. That Monday came around. The following Monday, Friday was my last day. Following Monday came around. I got on my feet and I started doing free estimates and stuff. My phone started ringing. I was doing what I needed. I was running ads. I was doing Craigslist. My phone started ringing, just more than usual. And it kept ringing. All of a sudden, I was doing better financially than I was when I was working for my old job. And it's been up ever since. So I started recording with my phone on my jobs to hopefully pull in more local business. So I was kind of targeting on, getting business. But the more I did it, people started asking me more questions about the actual business itself. So I finally came to the conclusion, actually, I'm mentoring all these people, just kind of teaching them what I wanted to know when I was searching. And so here I am, I think 5 years later, 5 or 6 years later, on my YouTube channel, 700 something videos. And by doing this, it turned into a school, because I know that these people are just randomly looking through different videos, probably getting confused. I put together a school, put everything together in one nice little package, and yes, I sell it, but it is way underneath what it's worth. But yeah, so this helps me financially. Plus, it's helping people change their life. I get thank yous all the time. I get these testimonies all the time, man. And I think, me? Nobody I grew up with would ever think that I'd be doing what I'm doing now, running my own business, having a school teaching people how to change their life. I call it changing life, not just carpet cleaning, because I show you how to build a business and do the process and help with that mindset. The mindset's huge, guys, and it's a constant struggle. And I believe I'm a total different person than I was, 20 years ago, even 10 years ago. I still have these, these things that I have to fight with inside me, like social media. If you know me, I don't even have a personal Facebook. I have a business industry Facebook, the cleanup, and my school Facebook, Green Rhino Academy. That's it, and my YouTube, And so in my groups, in my cleanup group, other groups, there's disrespect going on. I got out of there, Like I said, I'm not an arguer. I figure you say it in my face, come and say it to my face, not like this. And if you still do that, I respect you. But I'm not, it's something that I can't do. So even in my group, sometimes I have to make some videos and tell them, hey man, you guys need to calm down on the negativity, and there's gonna be no bullying in here. We're trying to help each other build a better life for our families and our kids. And also for this, because all this made me into a different person. It made me look at life a lot differently, and not like a victim, not a reactor, okay? Reacting off negative things and coming. No, now I'm making an initiative to change my own life. And I feel that it's possible because of the floor cleaning business. Now, a lot of the people that I grew up with are still doing the same thing. Sometimes I look at them and I think I'm getting too so caught up in my businesses and in this and that, and you know, because I work hard. It's like my brain's always working. But I just transitioned that lifestyle into this, you know, and you know, it's benefited me. You take that energy, you put it to something positive. It's crazy what you can do. Sometimes I get jealous of some of these people, you know, because they're living this. Well, it's not a carefree life, because I know the life they're living. I remember that. Yeah, they don't have a lot of responsibility, but they're not living a happy life. That's why they got to medicate themselves. So anyway, guys, so that's me. That's Tommy. And now you know where I came from, and now you know why I'm passionate, because I'm talking to people that, not just the people that felt the same way I did growing up, you know, but the people that may seem like there's, everywhere they look, there's no possibility, you know, for them. There is, especially in the cleaning industry, man. I'm telling you, it's if you put the work in, it's gonna pay. All right, so I hope I didn't bore you with this, but go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment as also, and look out for my new videos. Today I'm going to do some VLM. All right, have a good one.